Kale. Congratulations, Kale and Papakilo Database on your 10-year anniversary. I feel like ʻUluʻulu is kind of your classmate, big sister. We just also celebrated recently our 10-year anniversary. So it's really exciting to follow the growth of Papakilo Database and compare it to the growth of ʻUluʻulu over these past 10 years. Let me get here. So what I'll be talking about today, and again, like Kale said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to add them to, as I present, feel free to add them to the chat and Kale will help me answer those questions. But what I'm planning to present today is just an overview of ʻUluʻulu, what we do, the work that we do, and how we make it available to all of the researchers that we provide services to. I will demonstrate both how people can search ʻUluʻulu's collections through the Papakilo database, as well as how people can search our collections through ʻUluʻulu's website. And I'll present a few project highlights where these past 10 years have been such a supportive partnership with OHA and with the Papakilo database. And we're currently wrapping up another 3-year project with the support of OHA and Papakilo to digitize and preserve content from our collections. And so I'll present some highlights from that current project. But what I wanted to start out first, since we are a moving image archive, we work with archival film, with archival videotape. I just wanted to first quickly share a short promotional video that ʻUluʻulu produced in celebration of Papakilo's 10-year anniversary.
ʻUluʻulu was built on friendships, relationships, partnerships, and trust. With partners like the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, we succeed every day. And so does the Papakilo database, as it continues its good work, collecting data and sharing data. Information that educates while supporting the work of ʻUluʻulu, Hawaii's moving image archive. It is how we were founded and how we grow. Caring for Hawaii's treasures for our community.
Okay, so starting about a brief overview of ʻUluʻulu. Again, my name is Janelle and I am the head archivist of ʻUluʻulu Moving Image Archive. We are located in the library at the University of Hawaii, West Oahu, out here in Kapolei. And we've been doing the work of preserving and sharing Hawaii's moving image heritage since 2009. ʻUluʻulu means collections, assembly, or gathering, and we think that name is very appropriate with the type of work we do to preserve and share the stories of the people of Hawaii that has been documented on film and videotape. We are the official state archive for moving images. And so what that means is that we work with not just individuals who and filmmakers who have moving image collections that they wish to be archived, preserved, and shared, but we also work with museums, with different campuses and schools and universities in Hawaii, with different media organizations, with television stations to have one place where all of these different moving image, film, and video collections can be preserved, digitized, and made available through our online catalog and website. Our mission is to perpetuate and share the rich moving image heritage of Hawaii through the preservation of film and videotape related to the history and culture of Native Hawaiians and the people of Hawaii. This is not, even though I'm the only presenter today representing ʻUluʻulu, this is definitely not a one-person endeavor. I just wanted to acknowledge the staff that work with me tirelessly every day, right now remotely, to do the work that we do to preserve and catalog and digitize our collection materials. And it's also nice to see faces, because a lot of times, especially with digital collections, a lot of our researchers only contact us online, over the phone, and especially now, you know, it's nice to know that there's actually a friendly, smiling face on the other end of the email and the phone helping with research and reference requests. So here's our staff. In particular, I wanted to mention Sydney, who is our project assistant working with us specifically on OHA and Papakilo related digitization and preservation work. So thank you, Sydney, and thank you everybody else on ʻUluʻulu staff for all of the hard work and good work that you continue to do. And so briefly, what is a moving image archive? A lot of people ask me that. It is very similar to a traditional paper and photograph archive, except the materials that we work with move. And by that, I mean film and videotape, anything that is recorded with a camera that you can watch and listen. That is the material and the media that we work with every day at ʻUluʻulu, doing all of the same activities that other archives do, including collection management, preservation, cataloging, and access. And just by the numbers, this is what we work with every day. Just like Papakilo, our collections continue to grow each day. Right now, we have 70 permanent collections, which is over 50,000 videotapes and films. So far, we have been able to digitize over 6,000 individual reels, which includes 2,851 hours of footage. We're digitizing at uncompressed, really high resolution formats. And so we have 260 terabytes of digital preservation masters, over 3,000 catalog records and clips online through our website. And out of this, we also share all of our content with Papakilo Database. And right now on Papakilo Database, there are 957 catalog records and clips from ʻUluʻulu's collections. And here's just a list of the different groups and individuals who have collections here at ʻUluʻulu. Like I mentioned before, it's a mixture of individuals, families, museums, television stations, media groups, companies. But the overall scope and theme of our collections is that it is all media related to the history and culture of Hawaii. One of the main aspects of our work is preservation of all of these films and videotapes. I'm sure you all know that analog media especially is obsolete. You know, nobody has decks at home, film projectors at home that they can watch all of the media, the analog media in their collections. And so we have to deal with the challenge of being able to transfer or digitize these obsolete analog reels into a digital format so that people can continue to watch the footage well into the future. Some other challenges, of course, just because of Hawaii's high temperature and humidity. All of these items are susceptible to physical deterioration and damage over time. And so it just really makes us need to do the digitization work as quickly as possible before the items in our collection are unplayable. And so our general process is we take those reels, we digitize them to create digital preservation masters that we store on our servers. And once these items are digitized, we can make digital videos available and accessible on our online website. We also do a lot of access and outreach programs at ʻUluʻulu, hoping to do that more in the future as things open up on the campus and in the state. But the main ways that people can access our collections is, again, through our website and online catalog, through annual screenings that we do with the Hawaii International Film Festival. And once our campus is open, we do have lecture and public area spaces where we can host screenings and special events in the library. So now I want to talk a little bit about how researchers can search our collections and how people can view footage from our collections. Kale mentioned that on the Papakilo database, people can search by collections, and ʻUluʻulu is one of the collections that is searchable through Papakilo. So what I'll do is I'll exit out of this presentation and just go into the website. Hopefully this is still viewable. So now I'm live on the Papakilo database website, and to find ʻUluʻulu's collections through Papakilo, you can click on search by collection, and ʻUluʻulu is listed here. You can select that, and I'm just going to do an overall search to bring up all of the results. I did not type anything into the search bar. And so what this shows you now is the 957 results from ʻUluʻulu's collections that are viewable through and searchable through Papakilo's database. And so you can browse, click on certain items. It'll bring you directly to ʻUluʻulu's website. I'll just go back and click on how the record appears in Papakilo database, including information like description, title number, collection and sub-collection information. So that's one way to access content, browsing through all of the items in ʻUluʻulu's collection through Papakilo. I did also want to show that you can do keyword searches in Papakilo with ʻUluʻulu collection selected, so that would limit all of your results to ʻUluʻulu. So I'll just do a search for makaha, limited by ʻUluʻulu, and it brings up 7 results of records that have the word makaha somewhere in the record, in the title. So I'm just going to click on this Island Music, Island Hearts. This is all leading somewhere. I'm going to do the same exact search through ʻUluʻulu's website to compare how things look. But again, through Papakilo, you can get descriptive information about the footage and about the title. Clicking on the ʻUluʻulu icon links you directly to that same record on ʻUluʻulu's website. So now what we're looking at is ʻUluʻulu's website. I did a search for makaha on Papakilo, found this record, clicked on the ʻUluʻulu icon, and came here directly to ʻUluʻulu's website, where you can read the same descriptive information that is available on Papakilo, but in addition, you can also watch the video. So everything that ʻUluʻulu has digitized, we are slowly putting that content online. And
live from the Channel 9 studio.
And making short clips available through our website. So anybody can do this. There was no, as you noticed, I didn't log in. I didn't put any user ID or login information. So as long as you have internet access, you can do the same search I did and view the same content. Like
KGMB Television presents Island Music, Island Hearts, starring the Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau. Tonight's show is sponsored in part by Pioneer Bank, the bank where you belong, and Skylogger, New Zealand's finest beer. Had one yet?
I could watch this all day, but I know that we don't have too much time for this presentation. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about how you can view clips of videos on our website. So again, this is just a short clip. The overall program, the full length of the program is an hour long. We don't post full length programs on our website, but as a researcher, you can always request to view the full length footage from us. So register as a researcher and request to view it. And what we do is we provide a link to our streaming server, a temporary link to our streaming server, so that you can watch full length videos streaming online upon request. And I'll kind of go through that process also to show how you can request that. So I'll go back to my presentation. And so what I had just shown you was how to discover collections and footage in ʻUluʻulu by doing searches through Papakilo Database. You can also go directly to ʻUluʻulu's website and conduct searches directly on ʻUluʻulu's website to find footage as well. And I don't know if you remember, but from a previous slide, I had mentioned we have about 3,000 catalog records on ʻUluʻulu's website. Right now, there's about 950 catalog records on Papakilo's website. So if you do your search first on Papakilo and you don't find what you're looking for, I'd really encourage you to try to do the same search on ʻUluʻulu's website, because there may be more records on in ʻUluʻulu's catalog that might not be searchable through Papakilo. So our website is uluʻulu.hawaii.edu. And same thing as Papakilo, you don't need a UH username, you don't need to log in. As long as you have internet access, you can come to our website and search our catalog. And the overall process is we've got a search function. It would bring up a list of results based on what you search for. You can select to view a short clip of titles that come up in your results list. And then you can request through our Ask an Archivist submission form, you can request to view the full length footage. And once you register with us as a researcher, then you can watch the full length content with a link that we provide through our streaming server. So again, that's just what I kind of went through. I'll just go back to our website and show you a live demo of how to do this. So here's our website, our homepage, uluʻulu.hawaii.edu. The homepage has a slideshow of just recent content and highlighted themes. that our staff curates to kind of keep the collections and the content fresh, as well as news and continually updated most popular videos also appear on our homepage. But what I'd like to point out is the search bar, which appears at the top of every page in our website. And this is where you can conduct keyword searches to find footage that you are interested in. So I'll do the same search for makaha that I did on Papakilo Database. And this is what the results list looks like. So again, on Papakilo, searching for makaha brought up 7 results, and searching for the same term on ʻUluʻulu's website brings up 15 results. So again, working, don't give up if you don't find what you're looking for by doing a search on Papakilo. Try it again on ʻUluʻulu's website, because there's more content available through here. And again, the first result that shows up is that same title that I showed earlier, the episode of Island Music, Island Hearts with the Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau. So what I want to point out now, again, you get here, you can watch a short clip, but say you want to watch the full-length program, you want to watch the entire performance. At the bottom of every page on our website, there's a button that says Ask an Archivist. If you click on that, it brings up a online submission form. And so you can just fill out this information with your name, your email, and the question that you want to ask. So your question could be, I would like to watch the full-length footage of Island Music, Island Hearts. And you would submit that. It sends an email to our staff, and we try to answer all the emails that come through this form within 24 hours. Our reference archivist is named Tisha, and Tisha will respond, help you find the footage that you're looking for, and also help provide links to watch the full-length titles of any short clips that you find on our website. What she will ask you to do first, though, before providing the link to the full-length footage, is to register as a researcher. And that's all free. You just need to fill out a form so that we can keep track of the people, the numbers, and our statistics of who is viewing footage through our collection.
At this time, Janelle, I think we're going to take a short pause to answer a couple questions. One of them came in right before you started, but it had to do with the genealogy research and the Mormon Church. I answered it in the chat, but for recording purposes and for people who are tuning in on Facebook, we will address it. The question was, my kupuna were members of the Mormon Church. Is there a connection to their database to trace Ohana information? So my response to that panelist, or that attendee, was that, mahalo for your question. The Mormon Church keeps their own records, and we currently do not have access to those. However, our primary resources that are used for genealogy research are public records and publications that are housed in various archival institutions around the state and beyond. So thank you, Joe, for that question. We also had a question come in from Kalani. Just curious, why would a search at Papakilo utilizing ʻUluʻulu would not appear, but would show up in a search directly on ʻUluʻulu's website? Are there certain words that one site, say Papakilo, may not render correctly versus directly using directly at ʻUluʻulu? And Kalani, the answer to that is because within our agreements that we have for licensing with ʻUluʻulu, they may or may not include certain collections. So because of that, we do have access to some of them, but the entire collection of ʻUluʻulu, we do not. And that's kind of an ongoing thing that we're working with. But at the same time, the idea is to, Papakilo may not have everything and everything. We only have what, it kind of makes sense, but it's kind of like one of those, like, oh yeah, moments where we only have access to what people grant us access to. So say if Bishop Museum has a wonderful collection on, say, lei hulu. Although we do have agreements with the Bishop Museum, our agreements may not include that specific collection. And so that's the case where it is with ʻUluʻulu, where we only have access to, I'd say, what would you say, Janelle, maybe 8 to 10 collections?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And so it's just the tip of the iceberg in a way. And it's really kind of encouraging people to do more research, if you will. But just creating that spider web of connectivity is the idea of what Papakilo wants to do in getting people in touch with what there is out there. It may not be the entire iceberg, but even just a tip is a lot better than knowing, not knowing it was out there at all. So I hope that answers your question.
I did also want to say something also about that same question, is that what's really great about our partnership with Papakilo is that some research, in my opinion, I think the more access points to our collections, the better. So there may be researchers out there who don't know about ʻUluʻulu and find out about our collections by doing searches in Papakilo Database. And so just having that pathway of discovery that people who are comfortable with and familiar with searching in Papakilo, it might introduce them to our collections, and then they can then become comfortable in searching our collections through our website and discover content that way. Okay, so let me go back. I know I did want to head back to my presentation. So we went over researching through keywords on ʻUluʻulu's website and seeing results lists of digitized footage, how you can view the title page and read description and watch a short clip, submitting a request through the Ask an Archivist submission form, and registering as a researcher so that you have access to our streaming server where you can view full-length videos. And I did also want to mention, for any instructors and teachers out there, we can also provide course reserves. So if you want to, if there's video in our collections that you think would be useful for your curriculum and for your classes, we can provide links to that footage for an entire semester, or for whatever portion of your class you want to make that footage available to students. So now I wanted to briefly talk about the current project that we're working with support from OHA and the Papakilo Database. This current preservation project has now been, we're in our third year now. We started this current project in 2018, and it was focusing on portions of our collections from the 1970s to the 1990s. And just by the numbers, this is the work that we've completed so far on this project. Kale, I owe you a more formal report very soon as we finish up this project work. But over the course of 3 years, we've digitized 532 videotapes, which is 298 hours of footage, 30.3 terabytes of preservation files. And out of this, 298 titles have been cataloged, and we've made those clips available online through ʻUluʻulu's website. Soon also to be available through Papakilo Database's website as well. And the programs and collections that we focused on for this preservation project include the Merry Monarch Festival videotapes, and we focused on the years, I believe, 1981 to 1995. A program called Treasures, which highlighted the Bishop Museum's collections. Another program called Pauhana Years, that was a long-running series that aired on PBS Hawaii. Legacy of Light, which is a KITV program, and Holo Mai Pele, which was a documentary that is part of our Pacific Islanders and Communications collection. And we digitized all of the raw footage related to that documentary. And so the images here, I just want to show you really quickly, again, going back to our website. I'll just do a search for Pauhana years. To give you an example of a collection of 192 titles and clips online from this program called Pauhana Years, which ran from the 1970s, I think until the 1990s. And with support from OHA, we were able to digitize and catalog and preserve all of these episodes, including the very early episodes from the early 1970s. And again, all of this footage is available online, short clips, and then you can go through the same process of requesting through Ask an Archivist to view the full length footage of any of these programs that appear online. And so I just wanted to end my presentation and then open it up again to any other questions that come through by showing another short reel. This is a highlight reel of footage, different programs from across different collections that we were able to digitize last year in 2020. So I'll just play another short reel of digitized footage.
Everybody get together round the clap the hands and sing this song now. Yesterday, yesterday, me cha cha cha. Yesterday, yesterday, me cha cha cha. Yesterday, yesterday, me cha cha cha. Hachi hachi music blow.
Like a fledgling bird taken from its nest, Paea did not dream this parting would take him far, far away from his valley world and from the warm bosom of Kekunui Alemoku.
Participation in the bicentennial observance at Pu'ukoholahe'o did not end with the 1991 event. Rather, it became a place to gather, a rallying point that has inspired hundreds every year since then to return to Kalaihai to reaffirm ancestral ties.
Literally the birth of the earth occurring before our very eyes. Pele creates, destroys, and creates again. It is the cycle of Hawaiian volcanoes.
We figured that the longer they held up, the weaker we're going to be. But we came just the opposite. We became stronger and stronger as the days went by because we had more people supporting us from outside. They figured that our issue was correct. Equal pay for equal work.
So I thought about some unique design. What am I going to do? Especially in a time when this wasn't a popular thing to do. But it's something that I had this yearning, this desire to be alike with my ancestors, to connect. So I decided to do this tattoo of birds.
And so that's it. Thank you again for spending your lunch hour with me to learn all about ʻUluʻulu and our partnership with Papakilo Database. My information is here on the screen. Please email me if you have any specific questions or want to find out more information about the archive. And I've also listed ʻUluʻulu's website on this slide to encourage you to start your search at Papakilo, but if you want to learn more, you can also search ʻUluʻulu's website at uluʻulu.hawaii.edu. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Janelle. And for those of you who are kind of tuning in, we will be here. We're right up on 1 o'clock, just perfect timing. But we will be online for, I guess, the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes in case anybody has any other questions that you want to ask. Ellen, thank you for your kind comment regarding your genealogy research. Feel free to reach out to us at any time if you need help with that. And Sydney, thank you for your comment. It's definitely our privilege to be able to present to all of you folks. Thank you, Georgette, as well. So once again, this is a presentation of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs and the Papakilo Database's, I guess, 10-year anniversary webinar series. It's been a long time. And so next month, we will be doing a presentation, and let me just pull up the dates for that just so I get it correct. But we will be featuring one of our partners, and their name is ʻUluʻulu. ʻUluʻulu is a nonprofit institution that focuses on Hawaiian language transcription, translation, and just, I guess, bringing people really up to speed and training more people who are native speakers. Let me see. So our dates for that are going to be July 16th from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and July 19th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Their presentations will focus on the Hawaiian language newspapers and how to use them, how to access them, how to do searches, and how the results within there you will be able to apply to your own research. So it'll be a very informative presentation. We're going to have Kauʻisai Dudwa as well as Dr. Puakea Nogomeyer presenting for that one. Big mahalo once again goes out to Janelle for presenting today, and ʻUluʻulu and the staff out there, and Heather Juni folks and Koa guys. Thank you very much for all of your hard work and for partnering with the Office of Hawaiian Affairs and specifically Papakilo. It is our privilege. If you folks have any other questions, feel free to put it in the chat or the question and answer, or even in the comments if you're tuning in on Facebook Live. If you are tuning in on the Zoom, when you leave, we do ask that you fill out the survey just so we can get a better idea of how we are doing, what kind of content you would want to find out about in the future, and so on and so forth. But I'm sure lots of you need to get back to work. But thank you very much for joining us, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It is Aloha Friday, so enjoy the rest of your day. And we will be doing another presentation, this same presentation on Monday from 6:30 to 7:30, also on Zoom, also on Facebook Live. So feel free to tune in on that. It's the same presentation, but if you have people that you think that this presentation might benefit, feel free to pass this information on to them. Also, if you have more questions, feel free to tune in again. It's always great to have people kind of learning about what the Office of Hawaiian Affairs is doing, what ʻUluʻulu is doing, and how we are getting that information out to the general public. So in the meantime, like I said, we're going to stay on for just a little bit longer, but feel free to leave whenever you want. And once again, I hope you have an excellent great rest of your Aloha Friday and a wonderful weekend. Take care. Aloha.